Hey guys, Zach 25
and Archer9234
with another special Ranger review. Today we have the Kamen Rider Meteor, the Meteor Driver. Alright, so now we have Ryusei's Henshin, or the second rider in Kamen Rider Fourze, the Meteor. Now, mainly much, this is more like a planetary globish kind of thing. It does have a little nice ring to it too, with a little chrome on it. Now, to activate the switch, all of them is always on the bottom. And it lights up. So
now, when you spin the planetarium globe, it actually does have an idle light sound, but it's just a weird instant click sound.
So we put the switch in. Turn it back.
Now, unlike the Fourze belt where it would incorrectly loop, the Meteor belt loops the correct way as a show.
Henshin.
Yeah.
Now to do the limit break, we just have to put the switch on.
Now there's an issue with the limit break. If you do limit break, but if you don't spin it fast enough or you stop it, it'll just get stuck on the looping sound.
Now for the Meteor Driver, you only can use one specific switches. You only can use the circle switches, you can't use any of the other ones, so let me put the rocket in.
It only does its generic sound effect. And that's it. Now, unfortunately, unlike the Fourze belt, the Meteor belt is extremely limited in sound effects. It can only read the Meteor switch, the Elect state switch, and the Fire state switch, and of course the Meteor Storm switch. Other than that, it cannot read any other switch.
The design is really nice for this because it's more like the cosmic kind of thing, and Meteor does look like he is a cosmic kind of person anyway, so this actually has a really nice reminiscence to it with the planetary globe and how the design looks. It's really nice. Just like every other belt, Meteor belt will have the L and R on it. But sadly, this is not for adult sizes, so you have to buy the extensions, or you can
want to modify the belt yourself.
It.
Just like the Fourze belt, I did the exact same thing using twist ties in order to extend the belt to my waist.
Now, the only sad part about the Meteor Driver is that you really also need the Meteor brace to manage.
That's where you get the remaining of the sounds, because the Meteor brace is just simply lacks in sound effects, so it's not really that popular.
Yeah, so it's really like is a yes and a no situation. But this is a nice design. Okay, now for the Fourze Driver, it actually reads the Meteor switch, but it only works in one slot. There's no the generic sound. It's the same generic sound. There's like no different sound effect when you even put the Meteor switch in. So really much doesn't really do much. You can still henshin with the Meteor switch, or you gotta just put one. Alright, so when you buy the Meteor Driver, you actually have some decay cards, or the Gambara cards. You have Fourze, Electric State Fourze, and Fire State Fourze.
For whatever reason, they don't actually include a Meteor card at all.
And this is actually Meteor's driver.
And just like the Fourze Driver, there's no power down sound effect when you double tap the blue switch.
Overall, the driver is really nice, but I will recommend that you guys also need the Meteor brace to actually do the complete thing, because just this, it lacks more sound effects because you only can use the circle switches.
It does have nice lights and it does have nice features, but it just lacks, playability, because again, it doesn't function with all the switches and stuff.
The switch for Meteor is really, really nice. It's a darkish, clearish blue, really, really nice.
There is an actual LED version of the Meteor switch, so it actually does mimic the show where it glows and lights up.
Alright, so the size difference to the Meteor Driver to the Fourze Driver, you can tell it's much more smaller, but it's a bit wider.
I particularly prefer Meteor sound effects over Fourze sound effects because it's a lot more easier to understand the voiceover rather than Fourze, because it's a little bit more garbled to understand each switch. I
also like the Meteor because of the lights. The lights are really, really nice to have, so it's really cool to see that instead. But yeah, that's it for our review of the Meteor Driver. Join us next time for more Ranger Review Special. Rate, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Alright, now this is the switch for the Meteor Driver. We just put it in here.
Do it again. Now for the show version, they actually changed the prop. For whatever reason, whenever Ryusei talks to Tachibana, his version of it is actually solid blue rather than see-through blue.